Hi everyone. So this video is about understanding various uses of sum function, wherein we would like to explain today that how can sum function be used in various forms. So it's a simple data set. If you look at, you have some amounts due from various parties. Let's try out the very basic, the way we do sum. This is the way we do sum. You get 2,15,530. Now if you have to update this data set with two more rows, let's say you add two more rows, your range is not updated. It still covers up till E11. Now what you need to do is that you need to cover all this data set. So let's say we add two more items. Let's say Daniel, maybe Robert, let's say now look at carefully that we will use sum with offset. Sum define the range by using offset. We'll start from this point. Keep in mind that we will not only go with E13, we will cover E14 also. So what it will define is that this is the range E7 to E14 minus 1. So it will reduce one row from E14. This will define that for the total range you are covering E7 up till one row above the sum function, which is E13. Column is 0. Let's say we close this, enter. Now if you look at, the total is updated fully. Now this total is this much only. Now let's see the total. In general, if we update this, let's say up till E13, it's the same. Now let's try it out. Let's add one more row. Let's add Capri. Let's add 100, right? Now if you look at, as soon as we press enter, this total is updated while this is not. Let's add, see, this total is only up till E13. This one is covering this one. So that's the biggest advantage of using sum with offset, wherein even if you add a row just above the sum function, you would still get your sum updated. So that was a simple one. Let's use one more case. Let's say if you have to figure out the amounts due from Andrea, that's this one. So one way is that we all have been using Vlookup. We create Vlookup, we figure out Andrea, then from the second column we would go with figure out the number corresponding to Andrea. What if I tell you simply use sum if, let's say we put the logical test here, let's say we say Andrea, this one, and then we do the range, this one, right, L0. Now just keep in mind that we have to do Control Shift Enter. So if you look at, because this is an array that we have defined within the sum function, we have to use Control Shift. Just a second. If you simply press enter, it will give you error hash value. You have to press this Control Shift Enter, CSC function. So now if you look at Andrea 7543 is simply being worked out by using sum and then if function. It's not even sum if s or anything like that. It's simple sum and then the if, as simple as that. Similarly, let's go to the next. Let's say if you have to figure out the sum of amounts which are less than 10,000. So I'm not using sum if s here. I'll simply use sum. Again, use if function. We'll select the range, this, say this. I'm just typing it 10,000. You can always put it in a separate cell and then link it and then make it dynamic. This is the logical test. So within this range, whatsoever is less than 10,000, sum this range, else let's say blank, or let's say not found. So again, I have used Control Shift Enter. Now let's say for less than 10,000, let's do it manually and see. This one plus this one plus this one. Yeah, it tallies. So it's simple sum with using if. You can figure out that. Now let's say you have to figure out sum of top 3 amounts due. Simple way is you use the rank function for each one. Figure out the rank like this, this number out of this. Use the $sign, figure out the rank. And out of this rank, whatsoever is coming in 1, 2, 3, you sum it, either by using the sum and if, or by using index match or whatever. However, we will not like to do this. We will simply use the large function, which is used for, figuring out the top values. So what we'll do is we'll say sum, then we'll figure out the large function. So first of all, understand the way large function is being used. So large is large, figure out the array. Let's say you want to take the second largest value. So second largest value is, first largest is this one, the second largest is this one. So this is the way large is being used. And what we want to do is we want to sum the top 2 values. So what we will do is we will have to create this as an array, saying 1, 2, close this. I guess this should work. Yeah. So now if we look at this plus this is this plus this. It's the same thing, right? So these are the 3 simple use case. You can do it like 1, 2, 3. So it will give you the top 3. So top 3 would be like this plus this plus this. So 26880. Yeah. So these are the 3 simple cases, that we have done for sum function. Hope you like it. Keep watching. We'll come up with more videos. Thank you.